Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 266 of Psykos Platters. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Yep. Drinking out of a shit mug. That's what this is. The reason why today would have been Jessica's 41st birthday. Filming this May 26th. It's been a bittersweet, somber, but yet getting the occasional smile here and there. This was one of the gifts I gave her shortly after her 39th birthday because she wanted that poop emoji thing. So I managed to find this. It was one of the side gifts. So what better way but to drink coffee out of a poop mug? Alright, so listen. I gotta apologize, okay? I really have to apologize to you guys in the VC. I've been gone for a while. I've been gone for a few weeks. I want to give you a quick update, okay? So, please continued prayers out to my dad Jerry, okay? He as of this filming, is in a hospice facility, but we have a feeling that he is supposed to be sent back to the long-term care facility he was at. I got to go up to Chicagoland, which is part of the reason why it's been so long since I made a video. I came back last week. I got to spend about 7-8 days up there. And I'm glad I did, okay? Like I said to you guys before, he's terminal. Please, prayers go out to him, please. Strength in numbers, I say. And one last little thing I'll mention. I hate making this sound like it's a commercial. It's really not, though. This video and probably one video after this, I will be posting as a link, please, to the GoFundMe for the Jessica Pease Memorial Fund. I do honestly appreciate, I'm not going to mention names, I appreciate the 2 people that helped in the VC. Truthfully, you guys, I was very surprised and blessed. Thank you very much. If anybody can kindly donate anything to it, that would be grateful. I still kind of have some medical bills that need to be covered and auto payments and minor stuff as well. We're still working with this. I'm having to deal with a lot of phone calls in the estate of never had to deal with this stuff before. Alright, that's it for what I call the sort of depressing but yet truthful stuff. Combined with, though, I will tell you this, I got on an upswing, I got my oldest daughter and 2 more grandchildren living with me. I'm teaching them the ways of vinyl. They will learn. They will learn. So, I have a lot of different... This is going to be a various episode of things, okay? Like I said before, I did not have a lot of money to buy things on this trip. I was more concerned with getting up there, rental car, gas. I got to stay with my parents' house most of the time, so I was very grateful on that. But there was 2 times, quickly, I got to go and do vinyl-related material. I have to apologize on that, too. Originally, I wanted to do an announcement of a record crawl, but the way things were going, obviously family was going to come first on this trip for sure. So I just couldn't really peg down a time where I could tell everybody, hey, let's do this, you know? So I was grateful that Tim Smith, who has been a friend of mine, and he is also a fellow YouTuber, Tim Smith and I and my friend Scott, all 3 of us got to go do a little bit of crate digging at Goodwill's and a record store, and I went to a record store prior, and I sold a bunch of albums too, which actually gave me the gas money to come back home which I was very grateful. So I got a bunch of nice gifts, some freebie records, and a very cool album that I was looking for at a severely reduced price, kind of involved in the trade of other things too. I am going to actually have a separate 45s episode, because good God, the stack of 45s, dirt cheap, I'm telling you. 25 to 50 cents a 45. I was like, wow. And there was this one place that I will not mention that never disappoints me every time I come up there. And they did it again with a little bit of gold I found there. Okay, so my friend Scott, he went off. I'll show you what he gave me. How about that? He's, you know what, he is like the brother I never had. Seriously, and he knows that too. I've told him that before. He really is. That's how I feel about him. So, what's all this? He knows me very, very well. I am a huge Svengoolie fan. Okay? Svengoolie is one of the best horror hosts out there, and he's family friendly, for God's sakes. And if you have MeTV, you get to see him every Saturday night. This is all 2 years worth of Svengoolies. I still have a little bit more from the last visit I was up there. And also, what is in this batch of Svengoolies, which, by the way, the top disc is This Island Earth. I saw the Mystery Science Theater movie back then was of This Island Earth. A custom Powerman 5000 guitar pick. When he went and got to see Powerman 5000, I think it was last year. It was last year or early this year when they came through to Belvedere, Illinois at the Apollo Theater. They started having small concerts now. So I'm very happy to have, because he knows I love guitar picks, especially ones from concerts. And so I've got that. And from the prior visit, I don't know if you see, I have the Blackstone Cherries Family Tree Tour t-shirt. I love Blackstone Cherry. That's the big poster about behind me here. I just love that damn band. Unfortunately, I had to pass on the concert. I was supposed to go to the concert, and like I said, the family thing came first, and he understood, and he got to go. He said it was damn excellent. He also got me, I was so grateful. Remember I said Family Tree? Another signed Blackstone Cherry CD added into the collection from when they came through last year on this. So awesome to have that into the signed CDs. He also got me, because he knows I love old Bob and Tom, Christmas album. I didn't even know this existed. So I've got a handful of Bob and Toms. Queen Greatest Hits. I actually didn't have this CD. Go figure. I've got the vinyl somewhere. But hey, I love this band. Always loved this band. Let's see what else. Couple other ones that I picked up. Don't know where the rest disappeared. I found a Yes one that I've never seen before. This one here, Ringo's Postcards from Paradise, which was 2 solo albums ago. $1 in the library book room, and AC/DC's Rock or Bust. I didn't have this. I mean, I heard Play Ball and I heard Rock or Bust, you know, back when it first came out. It's really, really nice that the gang's back together to do what might be one final album. I heard it could come out in late 2019, early 2020. This is the story I heard. So, and Malcolm will be on it. So I'll be kind of curious, because Malcolm's not on this one. But I will be very curious to hear that final one indeed. Books, courtesy of Library Book Room and Kathy Emmer. Awesome. Totally awesome. She's so awesome. The only thing I feel bad about is I didn't get to spend much time with her this time around, and I really wish we could have, but I'm glad that, you know, she's my bestie in Illinois. She really is. She always will be my bestie. So, From the Library Book Room, Gene Autry, Public Cowboy #1. You know, I like the old westerns. I do. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. But as everybody knows, Gene Autry cut bunches of records. I mean, after all, that's what he did before he got into films. What really kind of amazed me, and I'm only halfway through this, I'm right around to 1950 at this point in this book, was how fascinating it is to me, even though I'm down here in northwest Arkansas, that even though he was born in Texas, he grew up a lot in Oklahoma, and in 1925, he became a worker of the Frisco Railroad. And he was a worker from 1925 to 1932 for Frisco Railroad. Now, he worked in many eastern Oklahoma stops for the railroad. Of course, Tulsa would be the biggie, but there were other ones along the way. He also, once in a while, would be in Springfield, Missouri, which was one of the other hubs for the Frisco Railroad. But from what this book's telling me is that he might have visited almost the whole line. So Gene Autry, just before he started to be popular, could have actually maybe came through Rogers, Arkansas, because Rogers, Arkansas was a Frisco Railroad stop too. So I kind of like that. I also like how there was a little bit of dirt in regards to his contract dispute with Republic Pictures, and how much they kind of tried to screw him over, I guess. Just a lot of big mess. A lot of big messes. But he really enjoyed Oklahoma. And in Texas, I guess even there was one town, for the life of me, I can't remember it right this minute. But it was called, I think, for the day, Gene Autry, Oklahoma. How about that for strange, huh? But yet cool. Kath gave me Clapton, the autobiography. Years ago I read this, but this is worth another reread. I like Clapton, but I think I've brought this up before. Is it wrong that I think, honestly, that Clapton lost his mojo, per se, when Connor died, his kid? Yeah, I'm not trying to be insensitive here, okay? I'd be wrecked if my kid died too. But, I mean, it just happened, in my opinion, to think that that's when his mojo, got lost. Because I liked his 60s, 70s, and 80s work. The last thing I really enjoyed was that Robert Johnson tribute album, which I recently found that on CD. And I played that. That was damn good. And I want to say that came out in the last 10 plus years. So, Clapton. Yes. This one I'm curious about. Paul is Undead. The British zombie invasion. Yeah, Cap gave me this too. The Beatles as zombies? I don't know, right? Who knows? I just like the zombie over Abbey Road. Other ones I picked up recently. Wayne Newton, Once Before I Go. Donna Joe Cat Lady's gonna get this once I'm done reading that. Dunka Shane. And I haven't read this in a while. Maybe I should take this with me in case I possibly meet him in 2 weeks. Walmart shareholders concert was announced. I grabbed tickets. And Don Felder's the opening act. Yes, Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles. Of course, his book, Heaven and Hell. Maybe I ought to bring this, huh? Think I can meet him? I don't know. Here's another interesting ting too. Sure. A newer band member addition to Don Felder's band, Jeff Coffey. Jeff Coffey, for 2 years, I want to say 2.5 years, was a singer in Chicago. Very strange as to how he got gone from that band. But he's the one that replaced Jason Chef after being in there for a very long time. So Jeff Coffey is now with Felder, and they'll both be there that night. Felder played excellent. Excellent when I saw him a couple years ago. The headliner for this free associate concert, Peter Frampton. So I will get to see, hopefully, Frampton a second time. Frampton does not disappoint. Okay, so when I sold those albums and got my money, I got a couple 45s thrown in. Davey Holt and the Hubcaps from 1958. It's Rockabilly Pittery Pat on United Artists. And the one that I thought was pretty cool from 1965, I Don't Know What You've Got, But It's Got Me, parts 1 and 2, written by Don Covey, produced by Calvin Carter, and Little Richard on VJ, with Billy Preston and Jimi Hendrix. That's right. I always was kind of hoping I'd get another Hendrix side 45. This is now in my list. Also, these were left over from Record Store Day. Not the records, but the sleeves. Derek Smalls. I love Spinal Tap. It don't get old. By the way, if you want a nice free track from Derek's solo album, I like this. Go to recordstoreday.com/Derek Smalls, and you'll get yourself a free track from Derek. Also, I missed this concert, but they had this poster hanging in the wall from Kansas, live at the Coronado Theater in Rockford, Classic Theater. This was Kansas going off and doing the whole entire Point of No Return LP with their new singer, Ronnie, I'm tired. And that's not his last name, I'm just tired. Ronnie Platt. That's it, Ronnie Platt. Let's see. Also, Scott gave me a couple albums that I guess I left him because I thought he was going to be able to get some autographs. I can't remember. So I've got Asia's first album, which is really, really awesome. And Heart's album, too. Which, by the way, Asia, of course, is back out on the road with Yes and the Royal Affair Tour. They are coming here in July. If I can't get in personally, I may start mailing stuff. 5 minutes away from me, I may mail stuff. And this is the album I'd mail, because Asia is Jeff Downes, Carl Palmer, and for, I'm told, 3 to 4 songs in the set, Steve Howe comes out and plays. Now, for Heart, this old school lineup, 2 members, Michael DeRocher and Roger Fisher, if I remember correctly, are going out doing the music of Heart. So they're coming out to a locality near you. And then lastly, well, almost lastly, a Beatles album that I kind of was looking for quite a while. And like I said, I got it lowered price-wise in the trade that I did. For March of '64, the Beatles with Tony Sheridan and their guests on MGM. He actually had 2 copies of this sucker. I got the better copy. The other one was like all on one side. This one's not. Now, I don't know if you know anything about this album exactly, and yes, I understand it's the Polydor stuff. The Tony Sheridan singles, okay? But this came out in March of '64, and of course there was 2 45s that came out on this. My Bonnie was one of them, and Why was the second. Which I've got My Bonnie, but I don't have the second one, and I don't have the picture sleeves for either. I'm always looking for those. It's pretty basic stuff. The thing is, and I didn't know this until I researched this, that only for the first year, so from 1964 to early 1965, this is a first pressing. And the reason you know this by research is this is your stock number. This disappears and gets moved. And number 2, as you see, it says featuring My Bonnie, the Saints, Cry for Shadow, and Why, and Others. The words and others would be removed on the second pressing because due to I guess some of the buying public would be misled to thinking that there was more Beatle-related tracks than the 4 there was, because it's really not the case. You've got a band called the Titans, which is a studio group, and if I remember correctly, I think that there is rumor that there could be Wrecking Crew involvement on the Titans tracks. So, I haven't listened to this yet, but like I said, I'm glad to have this. One of these days, I think we're going to do a Beatles Hamburg edition, and we'll talk about the early days and such. So, great to have this. Here's the back. Great to have that. And lastly, I did pick this up, and I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. I had to go to Target. I had to go to Target today, and I actually was looking for a particular CD. Which they did not have. I'm getting a little bit miffed. I'm not going to tell you which one yet, but when I get it, we're going to do a review. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. The new Whitesnake, because I've heard the first 2 singles. They're awesome. I love it. David Coverdale and company are back in action, and I'm glad about this. But guess what? I have gone to 3 Walmarts, a Vintage Stock, and a Target. Nobody damn has it, which pisses me off. I should have got it when I was back up in Harvard. And I didn't because I was trying to save my money for the trip, you see. So I ended up getting, and Target has vinyl clearance from time to time. I didn't know that. I talked to a person in the department. And so this got put, he said, on clearance actually this week. Was $24.99, now $7.48. Steve Perry's new solo album Traces. It's a double vinyl, and only with the 5 bonus song exclusive for Target. So I'm telling you, if you have a Target near you and you're a Steve Perry fan, Journey fan, whatever, go grab this, because like I said, for $7.48, double album, oh yeah, it was worth it for me. Here's the front, here's the back, and I'm not going to lie to you, I know this album's been out a few months, I may still end up doing a review anyway, because I've heard a couple tracks off of here. From what I'm told, it's ballad heavy. Either way, it's nice that he came back and did this. I heard rumors he may not do another one. I think this might be the swan song for him. I guess he wanted to prove a point. Maybe I'm wrong. So yeah. So clearance vinyl at Target. Go check that out if you've got one near you. I did end up getting a few subs. Thank you for that. I'll mention them in the next episode because this episode has gone way long. No commercials, guys. Once again, prayers for my father, Jerry. And if you can afford anything, please, the GoFundMe link will be on down in below this video, okay? Take care. God bless. Rock on. I really love you guys in the VC, okay? I'm sorry that it's taken so long. It's just, well, you know how life can be, okay? See ya.